Hello, Lade Deo. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lade. On today's video, as you can tell already, I'll be showing you how I make peppered gizzards, and I serve this with some coconut fried rice. Let's get started. So you're going to be needing some gizzards. I've already washed and cleaned this one. I have a video on how I made giz dodo. In that one I showed you details of how I clean and cut gizzards. So these are chicken gizzards, by the way. I had to make that clear, and they're just clean and cut, ready to be used. I also use this pepper mix. It's comprised of some onions, some tomatoes, scotch bonnet and red bell peppers, and it has been reduced, like all the water has gone out of it. I've cooked it to reduce my cooking time. And then I have these peppers. I have one green bell pepper and then some baby red bell peppers, and then I have 2 large onions and some garlic. This garlic, it does magic. I'll show you. And then for seasoning, I have some curry, some thyme, some black pepper, Cameroon pepper, some ginger, powdered ginger, powdered garlic, bouillon powder, and some salt. Alright, so let's start cooking, and you want to start off by boiling the chicken gizzards. What I did was just put in a clean pot, and then I went ahead to season. I added in the seasoning I showed you earlier, which is bouillon powder, and then I added in some dried powdered garlic. I added in some of the ginger, some of the curry, thyme, and just the whole drill. This is the dried ginger that I'm adding now, and then some thyme, and then some curry, and then the black pepper, and then of course some salt. So I'm just going to stir all this in. I'm going to also add in some onions, and then I'm going to allow them to cook in their own juice. I always allow this when I'm boiling meat or chicken or whatever, because I want it to absorb the seasoning and release its own juice before I add water. So this is how it looks like, and yes, this is after a few minutes, and then I'll be adding the water that I need. I want these to be really soft, so that it's not difficult when you're chewing. Alright, so to get started, in a clean wok or pan, I add in some vegetable oil, and you just need not a lot of vegetable oil, just a little bit. And this is the time where I'll be adding the garlic, guys. Every time you do this, it will make a big difference in your meals. I repeat, it will make a big huge difference in your meals. I like to do this when I'm making like peppered chicken, peppered beef, peppered fish. Adding garlic, it just takes it to another level. Allow the onions and garlic to fry for a little bit on medium to low heat, and then I'm just going to add in some thyme and some curry. And I like to do this because I want to give the herbs a chance to release their juices, or like their giftings, their specialness into the oil. And by this time your neighbors are already, sniffing around to find out what's happening in your house. Then I'll be adding the pepper mix. Like I said, this pepper mix has been boiled already. I usually have this pepper mix in my freezer almost every time, because with it I can quickly whip up any meal real quick. So that's the amount I'll be using. And then I'm going to be adding some of the stock from the gizzards, because I want to give it a chance to cook. Like I said, the pepper mix has been reduced, and I don't want it to start burning right away, so I'm just going to add in the stock. And because the stock has been seasoned, well seasoned, so I'm actually not adding a lot of seasoning to the pepper. I'm just going to add very little bouillon powder, and then I think I added very tiny salt. But yeah, I got most of the seasoning from the stock. And then I'm just going to be adding the gizzards. It's very important that you don't over season this thing, because it can quickly get really salty. So it's very important. I don't even think I added any salt at the end of the day. I think the salt from the stock was just fine. So we're going to cover this and let it fry for a while, and that's why I added this stock, so that it can have a little moisture that we want to dry. And while that drying process is going on, then it will be frying. So this is it after a few minutes. I'm not still satisfied with how dry it is, so I'm going to cover it up for another few minutes, maybe about 2 to 3 minutes more, and this is on medium heat, and this is how it looks like this time. So you see more of the oil has come up because it is now fried. At this point, the peppers and some of the onions I showed you earlier, I already sliced them nicely like this, and I'm just going to mix them together, and turn off the heat at this point. Yeah, you don't need the heat at this point. This is, you want this freshness, and I love to serve meat items like this, whether it be beef or fish or whatever. And I did serve this with some coconut fried rice. You want to be able to crunch into that pepper or that onion and just enjoy the bliss. And because it's really soft and tender, it's not difficult to eat. Like I said, I served this with some coconut fried rice. I have a video on how I make my coconut fried rice. Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, guys. Bye.